So, what is a divine mission? I get a lot of questions from clients about career, life purpose, destiny, even. And, you know, there are different reasons why you probably came back to this existence. More than likely, you have unfinished business. You have to still learn lessons. We all have to learn lessons. Humankind continues to make repeated mistakes, right? And it is because of our lack of spiritual practices. This is literally a war planet right now in terms of spirit. As you walk every day in the morning to maybe on your way to work or school, there are like battles being waged right above you in the form of, spirit beings that you can't see or perceive or stay hidden. At night, daytime, doesn't matter. These things are fighting. They're fighting for your soul. They want to basically own the earth. And when you own the earth, you own the people within it, right? So, okay, getting back on track. So, if you failed a couple of your life missions and you need to come back around and learn some vital life lessons, usually they're going to stem around like family issues or, some kind of close relationship. Maybe you're coming back to protect someone, or maybe you're coming back to establish a new system. Maybe you want to come back to do something different. Maybe you're meant to be an inventor, right? It could be various things. But the overall goal collectively for humanity is to try to save itself, to better the society, better the culture in any way you can, really, to protect the light. To protect the light within us. And how you can do that is really employing spiritual practices for yourself. I mean, you think about the reason why you may come back is due to some trauma. Usually we always end up getting there, right? With all the wars that we wage with one another, with broken hearts, and maybe someone that you loved hurt you really bad. And so it's always stemming around people, though. Think about it like that. So if you could somehow mend your heart and really get the skill of dealing with other people and understand like what is really going on here, and how you can make amends for basically all the wrongs that we do to each other, and it's going to be through the act of forgiveness. And if you can employ the act of forgiveness for yourself and others, for our whole world, really, for humanity, if you can go into this idea of like, what, I may have had a troubled past, but let me go out into the world and be on my best behavior. Let me give out my best light. Let me, treat people with kindness. Let me greet them. Let me, acknowledge them. Say hello. Let me shake their hand. You know what I mean? Really, just share this light principle through, just real strong values, and you'd be surprised. You'll change the world around you. Like, I've noticed this. Just giving people like proper credit and just acknowledging them at work. It's interesting how very little you have to do to really change how people are feeling, change your environment. It's almost like automatic. So it makes me understand that people are not being, we are losing the ability to be kind and gentle with one another. There's a lot of hate that's within us, and usually you get that from someone who you cared for maybe hurt you, and like then you start establishing this hate. We can be very cruel in the school system. You might have had bullies and really bad experience with each other. So the act of forgiveness does help save us, and you have to like realize sometimes it's not that person that's doing it. You don't know why that person is being shitty to you. You don't know why they're hurting your feelings, right? You don't know why they're hating. they could have went through something that made them stop caring and really made them go in the satanic purge of like, fuck everybody. You know what I mean? You have to really try to be understanding and loving. Still protect yourself, you know, from the if they continue to be like hurtful people, but you still have to like find a way to protect yourself and also send out some healing love vibes. Like, I understand what you're going through, but you're not gonna do it to me. I'm gonna pray you through and hope that you get your light back, but I gotta go. Right? You know, start being proactive but also loving. It's an art, but you gotta understand like the collective experience of humanity, your divine mission, really. If you don't know singularly why you're coming back into this existence, you could really just kind of, you know, merge into the grander scheme of this whole divine mission that we're all taking part of to try to heal humanity and stop sinning and stop doing immoral things and really trying to enhance the love principle and trying to squash out the hate right through our practices. You know, kind of like, you know, we've had bad, you know, places in our life, right? Traumas, even people have blocks, but if you rise through that and say, you know, I'm going to take the responsibility to give people the what do you call, like, the benefit of the doubt, right? And I'm going to be nice and kind to, you know, the next person I meet, because I don't know, they could be, you know, a good person, or you being good to them can inspire them to be the best that they can be, right? So it is a type of healing. So it's a certain sense of like not allowing yourself to stay in those dark places for too long, right? Having the inner strength and the responsibility to say, you know, I'm going to rise above, raise my vibration. And because I can, you know, we all have the ability to raise our vibrations. It's just the idea of consciousness, like really going higher in the way we think, and that will change up how you feel and how you do things really in life. We all have that, you know, ability. It's not true that once you do something, you know, you're staying forever, you know, all eternity. No, that's not true. It's just that people, because we have the mammalian side of our brain, we tend to be very habitual. So even if you went through something that was bad in your life, you're gonna tend to replay the tape over. You know, that's the habitual mammal program of our brain, and there's some sense of complacency for going through that, because then you feel like you know your reality, you know, even if it's painful, right? You might replay the tape over and those behavior patterns over, but you feel like comforted because you feel like you know what your world is. But that's really not the truth. You know, you're just choosing to be habitual because it's like a part of the animal program. So then it kind of challenges you to use more willpower, more mental willpower, to actually start changing the way you do things. And that is basically your thoughts. This idea of thought affirmation, injecting into your consciousness on a daily basis, so you could switch your mind over from your habitual program of, you know, woe is me, to like a new program of, I'm going to be positive, or I'm going to be more of a comfortable level of consciousness that I can actually get to, right? So it's like some degrees in this.